Iowa football games. As we said, Hayden Fry is confident about the future of this Iowa team. Of course, it's much easier opening against the Tulsa Golden Hurricane than the Miami Hurricanes, as Iowa did a year ago. This Tulsa team, though, should not be taken lightly. The following presentation is copyrighted by Palmer Broadcasting Limited Partnership and intended solely for our licensed affiliates and their listeners. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of this program or its contents without the express written consent of Palmer Broadcasting Limited Partnership is strictly prohibited. Jim Zabel's making his way up to the booth here as the Hawkeyes are making their way onto the field. At this time, the captains are on the field. We've had the toss of the coin. The Iowa captains are Larry Blue, number 95 at defensive end, Paul Burmeister, number 16, quarterback, and defensive lineman, number 64, Mike Wells. The Tulsa captains, number 3, Lamont Head, number 22, James Blake, and number 46, Billy Cole. The Iowa will win, or has won the toss, and they have chosen to defend the south goal as the Hawkeyes take the field. Nothing quite like it, is there? Listen to that crowd. Everybody's on their feet welcoming out this 1993 squad. As we were mentioning before the ovation for the Hawkeyes, Iowa won the toss, deferred. Tulsa will receive at the north goal. Iowa will defend the south goal. And it's time to welcome all.
Toe to the football, beautiful football day. Could not be any better, but something that could make it better would be an impressive Hawkeye victory. And we are going to have the kickoff now being executed down on the field. And Todd Romano approaches the ball, he kicks it, and it is a rifle shot going way down to the 5-yard line where it's picked up by Kenny Gunn. Gunn is back, and he's tripped up at the 22-yard line. Kenny Gunn hit hard. I believe Bo Porter was in on that for one, and Bobby Diaco, number 45. He is a tough hitter. He gets to the 24-yard line from the 4, and John Hartlieb also credited with that. Hawkeye football is brought to you by Gunn and Brown are flanked out, and Gus Farad is the quarterback for Tulsa. That's 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line is where they actually spotted the ball. They go to a one-back offense, and Iowa bunches up on the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's audibilizing. Heads into secondary, and passes out. It's incomplete. A fake into the line, and he goes out wide and throws a pass to Phil Natoski on a trick play. Natoski couldn't hold on to the ball.
Iowa had 7 men on the line of scrimmage, and Tulsa's going with no huddle.
No huddle offense, and here's a handoff into the line, and driving forward is Lamont Head, their big tail. 4 yards on the play, makes it 3rd down and 6 at the 27-yard line. And now they use triple flankers off to the left side. Now they split them, and Tulsa's going to call a timeout. They're having flankers and no setback, so they're spread out all over the field in their passing attack on 3rd down and 6 at the 27-yard line. A game just underway, no score. Iowa bunches up right on top of the line of scrimmage. Larry Blue is in there. Now they rush the passer, throws one downfield, and it's incomplete. The passer had time in the pocket. He aimed for Abe Hoskins downfield. Hoskins
before the ball is snapped.
All right, Ed, is 4th down and 6, and we're going to see Willie Guy standing down on the 32-yard line. Delosier will punt from his own 13-yard line. Tulsa now, they get the kick away just barely. In fact, it may have been tipped. Rolls around, and Guy's going to let it go out of bounds, and it does at the 27-yard line of Iowa. So, Ed, we're now going to take a look at the Hawkeye offensive line. 46-yard kick by Delosier. Hawkeyes line up now, and they have Burmeister, Ryan Terry, Anthony Dean, and Cliff King in the backfield. Slutzker, number 84, flip-flops from left end to right end. Burmeister hands off. Big hole up the middle this time. Ryan Terry goes for a 1st down up to the 40 on a 12-yard gain. Ryan Terry, that offensive line opening up a big hole there, Ed. Mike Hensel makes the stop.
Jim, and Tulsa in a 4-3 with the line.
Brookware, Quest, and Slutzker. Burmeister, Cliff King, Anthony Dean, and Ryan Terry in the backfield. And now they hand off to the second man. Here's Ryan Terry trying to turn the corner, and they crash in on him and stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Ryan Terry did not get the blocking he wanted, tried to swing to the outside. The hole was closed, and he couldn't do it.
That time it was just straight ahead blocking.
And the split end is Harold the Ghost Jasper, and he's split out beyond the hash mark, and of course the hash marks have been brought in more to the center of the field, and too much time for the Iowa Hawkeyes as they get called on the 25-second count.
And that's a tough one because the 25-second clocks are not working, so Paul Burmeister didn't have a chance to see how much time was left.
Anyway, Burmeister, so when they remind you to know when to say when, it's all in the name of friendship. Iowa lines up with the 2 backs in tandem. The ends are split. Anthony Dean is set out, the wing back, and Harold Jasper now to the right side of the formation. Hawkeyes have it, 2nd down and 16 at the 34. Burmeister throws, and it is complete to Jeff Antela over on the far side of the field. Goes up to the 42-yard line. Got to get to the 49 for a 1st down. Garrick Jackson, the left side cornerback, stopped him.
That was an audible at the line of scrimmage. Paul
1-yard line. Burmeister is at quarterback here. We're early in the game, scoreless in Iowa City. Perfect football day for the opening of 1993 football. Guys line up in the I formation, and 3 flankers are set up. Burmeister rolls out of the pocket, looks downfield, and passes. It's incomplete. A diving attempt at the ball made by Harold Jasper as he couldn't get it, and it hit the ground, and Jasper hit the ground too. Pat Deanna, 43. Nick Gallery, highly touted freshman, will kick. He's back on the 26-yard line. Single safety for Tulsa back there. Gallery kicks it, and it zeroes down, but takes a great Hawkeye bounce. They play it at the 10-yard line, and it's Gunn with the ball. Misses one tackle, another one, and he slashes his way forward and fights for his life and gets up over the 25-yard line to about the 27. Ed, some of those bodies in black jerseys down there flying like human projectiles.
Well, you know, if you take a look, too, that there's that special teams.
Tulsa goes with a no-huddle offense now as they have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line of a scoreless game here in the 1st quarter. Iowa's got 1 1st down, and Tulsa has none. And 1 setback, 3 flankers being used. Gus Frerotte, the quarterback, throws, and the ball's almost intercepted. It's batted down by Tommy Knight. Whoa, he came so close to an interception of a ball intended for Gary Brown. And Ed, if he'd had that, Katie bar the gate, 25-yard touchdown.
Yes, and on the backside of the quarterback, big Mike Wells.
Frerotte got rid of the football, but it was almost intercepted on an off-target pass. Here's Frerotte now looking over the situation. Tulsa uses a 1-back offense with 3 flankers set out on 2nd down and 10 at their own 27-yard line of a scoreless game here in the 1st quarter at Kinnick Stadium. Here's Frerotte, delays, hands up. Now he passes, and it is complete up to the 30-yard line.
Fumbled out.
And there's a fumble out of bounds.
Went out of bounds.
Phil Natoski, the intended receiver.
They're going to call it incomplete.
Great job of faking into the line. Frerotte to his
plate downfield. He's the guy that jarred the ball loose.
So the Hawkeyes looking great on defense. 3rd down and 10 for Tulsa at their own 27-yard line. They have yet to make a first down. 12-13 to play in the first quarter of an absolutely flawless football afternoon. And now, what do we have? Too much time? Too much time for Tulsa. The corner clocks.
They are working again now, Jim.
Now they got them working again. They announced that the corner clocks were not working. Now they are working, and they take the 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down and 15 at the 22-yard line. And Tulsa spread out all over the field with 4 flankers set out there and 1 setback. Farrat now back on the 20-yard line, audibilizes, changes things, and he better get going here. He's down to 4 seconds on the clock, really taking his time. And he goes back to throw, and he throws, and it is intercepted. Hawkeyes have it. Down to the 20, down to the 15. Still going with the ball. Down to the 2-yard line. Scott Plate intercepts the pass, and the Hawkeyes have it goal to go down around the 2-yard line.
Jim, that was pressure from the defensive rush that caused the quarterback to throw that ball high. Scott Plate was behind the receiver, and Abe Hoskins, there was a Hawkeye in front of him. The ball was just thrown too high.
Scott Plate just picked it off, goes back 33 yards down to the 2-yard line. So the pass is intercepted from Farrat. He took 24. First chance to score. Power I formation. Cliff King can't call. Ryan Terry in the backfield. Here's a drive, and it is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Cliff King driving in there. Corey Lax, Mankeny, Ryan Terry, Ernest Crank, and Cliff King are in the backfield. So once again, the power I. And here is the handoff going into the line. I'm not sure he made it that time either, as he powered his way in there. That time it was Ryan Terry attempting to go over left tackle. Probably gets down to about the 1-yard line. The offensive line coach down there. 3rd down, goal to go. The ball is at the 1-yard line of Tulsa after this big interception. Power I formation and back to throw. Now Burmeister scrambles. He may try to run for it, and he is tackled at the 2-yard line. Burmeister couldn't find anybody open. You got to credit Tulsa, Ed. They have been playing some heads-up defense here. Darrell Johnson, the linebacker, came over to get Burmeister down to the 2-yard line, and 4 downs later, you're still at the 2-yard line. And Todd Romano will attempt the PAT with Jefferson Bates holding, and the ball is put down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Hawkeyes have taken a 3-0 lead. That's the score, 3-0. Back right after this.
Hayden Fry told us yesterday that the offensive line was the big mystery, and it would take them a while in live action to get their act together. And so the defense has got to carry the Hawkeyes for the first couple of games.
And they've done it so far. Todd Romano will kick off now. Kicking south to north. It's high, it's long. It's Kenny Gunn camping under it right at the goal line. Back to the 5, the 10, 15, 20. Still going with the ball. This guy can run. He may do it. Oh, they catch him at the 45-yard line. Gets up to midfield, crosses it. I thought he was going to go there. This guy's a sprinter. Kenny Gunn on a 55-yard kickoff return gets down to the 45-yard line of Iowa. They're going to spot it at the 44. So it's a 56-yard kickoff.
Split it wide open right up the middle.
All right, Tulsa with the ball now. First time in Iowa territory at the 44-yard line. Kenny Gunn, a speed merchant. And he runs their punts back and runs them back beautifully. 56-yard kickoff return. A handoff now for Tulsa. Goes over the right side. They pick up about 4 yards. That's Patrick Williams. Goes down. The deep backs, Tommy Knight and Scott Plate are the cornerbacks, and Jason Olenzak and Chris Jackson are the safeties. 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6. Nose of the football just shy of the 40-yard line. Tulsa with the ball in Iowa territory. 1 setback and 4 flankers are out there for Tulsa. Back to throw. The quarterback throws, and it is intercepted again. Hawkeyes intercepted. A deflected pass scooped up by Chris Jackson. A pass intended for Abe Hoskins went off his hands. We had to wait for a moment, and it was Chris Jackson, the free safety from Texas, who scooped it off in about a foot off the ground. Hawkeyes have the ball.
Jim, that's where your reputation as hitters, as defensive backs, really help you, because Abe Hoskins had his head on a spindle looking for somebody. That ball hit him.
Hawkeyes now on offense. Gus Farrat, the quarterback, is 0 for 6 with 2 interceptions. Anthony Dean goes in motion. Back to throw Burmeister. He throws it. He has his man. And going down to scoop it up for about a 5-yard gain is Kent Call, the fullback, who came out of the backfield there, and a little short pass from Burmeister. Darrell Johnson, the tackler on the play. They move the ball up. He comes onto the field. The fans have waited so long to see this young man. 2nd and 5 at the 34. Burmeister hands off to Sedrick Shaw. Turns the corner. Tremendous speed. Gets all the way up to the 50-yard line. Sedrick Shaw, first look at him, man. How do you like this guy?
Man, that is running, Jim. He put a move on Dennis Hickey, number 15, the right cornerback. Hickey had him hit.
Element is the guy. Kent Call is the blocker for him as fullback. They go to the offset eye. Slutzker now flip-flops left to right. 1st and 10 Iowa on the 49-yard line. Here's the pitch back going to Shaw. Tries to turn the corner and still going. Man, he's tough. Bounced off 3 tackles. Gets down to the 45-yard line of Tulsa. 5-yard gain for number 5, Sedrick Shaw. We're going to love this guy, Ed.
Sedrick Shaw doesn't look very big. He's listed at 6'6".
And believe me, from an old track man, that is flying. 2nd down and 6 for the Hawkeyes now at the 47 of Tulsa. Sedrick Shaw breaks into the clear, still going. 1st down, he's over the 40. He's down to the 38-yard line. Can this guy fly? 7-yard gain. Hayden says you're going to love Sedrick Shaw. I love him already.
Yeah, we've seen him carry it 3 times, and we know he's for real. Here he comes off the field to a great order.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Tulsa. Kent Call, Burmeister. Ryan Terry is back in there again. And now they split out of the eye. Now they go back into it again, and better get going here. Here's a delay. A handoff now goes to Ryan Terry, and he picks up yardage as he goes over the 35, down to about the 34-yard line on a draw play. Handed off there by Burmeister. 5-yard gain. Hensel and Blake make the stop on the play, as they say. Okay, Harold to Ghost Jasper flanks out. Willie Guy flanks out. Burmeister at quarterback. 2nd and 5 Iowa on the 34-yard line of Tulsa. Delay, handoff. They crash into the backfield. Ryan Terry is stopped in his tracks before he can get to the line of scrimmage. Lance Sloan, Anthony Dean, and Harold Jasper are the flankers set out on 3rd and 6 Iowa at the 36-yard line of Tulsa. Burmeister appears to be audibilizing, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Here's Burmeister back to throw. He looks, he throws the bomb downfield. He has Anthony Dean, can't reach it. Anthony Dean looked up to the sky, grabbed at it, couldn't quite reach it. It was overthrown. He was back tight coverage that time by spotted at the 43, making it a 42 rather, making it a 52-yard kick. Right down the pipe it would have to go. He kicks it. It's high enough. It's long enough. And it is good. A 52-yard field goal by Todd Romano, suddenly emerging as the Hawkeye hero of the game. You're listening to Iowa Football with Jim Zabel and Ed Podolak.
Because of the hash marks being moved in, it creates a better angle for the kickers.
That's right. The hash marks have been moved in 6 feet from each direction. And now Romano will kick. They tee up the ball, and he kicks it long and goes right down to the goal line where it's picked up by Hoskins. He's back at the 5, 15, 20. He breaks it. He's gone, and he is finally knocked down. Iowa just cannot cover these kickoffs today. Gets back 42 yards, a 42-yard kickoff return. The last one was 56-yard by Gunn. So, Ed, what are they doing wrong on that kickoff team?
Well, it looks to me
gets a 42-yard return. They're 1st and 10 now on their own 42, and Iowa defense just stifles them at the line of scrimmage. Diaco, the deep backs are Tommy Knight, Jason Olenzak, Chris Jackson, and Scott Plate. Tulsa now with a 2-yard gain on the play to give him. I didn't think he made quite that much, but it's 2nd down and 8. The ball just shy of the 44-yard line. Here's the handoff now, trying to turn the corner, and gets about 4 yards. Lamont Head, rather, their big running back, gets about 4 yards. He's 3rd down and 4 at the 48-yard line. And here's the handoff now, going over the left tackle. Did he make a first down?
Yeah,
I think it's a first down for Lamont Head. Big guy, 5'11", 220, just plowing over tackle and getting good blocking now. It is a first down and 10 at the 47-yard line of Iowa for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, who trails 6-0. And they're trying that same play over left tackle. They seem to like that spot. Lamont Head sliced
3 on the line of scrimmage, and then 2 defensive ends who are really linebackers. Now they have 4 down linemen and only 2 linebackers in the game.
2nd down and 8. The ball is spotted at the 46, so that's a 2-yard gain. Tulsa now goes to a spread offense, back to throw. A little pass over the middle is incomplete by the quarterback to Lamont Head, and the Hawkeyes putting the pressure on number 64 was right in on top of the quarter.
Lamont Head, we'd heard a lot about him. He is a real strong runner, Jim.
He certainly is. He's very, very tough. 3rd down and 8 for Tulsa at the 46-yard line. They use 4 flankers set out, no setbacks. And here is Farrat, the quarterback, audibilizing at the line of scrimmage. He goes back to throw, gets some protection, takes his time. He throws a bomb downfield. It could be intercepted, and it's batted down by Bo Porter. Bo Porter, number 2. Great job of pass defense. Pass intended for Wes Caswell. I'm impressed with this Iowa secondary, Ed. 3 times now they've come up with definite plays there that have denied guys standing down at the 10. Delosier will kick the ball. Hawkeye defense has looked brilliant today. 4th down and 8 at the 46. The kickoff team needs a little bit of work. Low snap, and the kick is almost blocked again. Willie Guy lets it go and rolls dead at the 6-yard line.
Jim,
but we have a flag down.
It's going to be roughing the
31-yard line. The weather is heating up. It's 77 degrees right now. The wind southwest at 10. Tulsa with the ball, 1st and 10 on the Iowa 31-yard line. Hawkeyes have had 2 field goals. They lead 6-0. Here's a fake into the line. A pass is complete down to the 20-yard line for a 1st down. A frozen rope thrown by Farrat to Phil Natoski after he faked into the line, did a good
side of the field, realized his mistake, but couldn't get back in time.
And so it's a completed pass. The quarterback doing a great job for Tulsa. Farrat mixing him up. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line of Iowa. Tulsa with the football. And here is a little delay play, and Iowa penetrates the backfield, a loss. As they are thrown for a loss back there to the 23 or 24-yard line. John Hartley, Chris Webb.
Jim,
go ahead.
The reason why the Iowa defense can jump around so much in there is that they know the quarterback has got to call the play. So he can't snap the ball quick. He's calling the play at the line of scrimmage.
Right, there are no backs behind him, no setbacks. 4 flankers are set out there. Farrat is back, he throws, and it is almost intercepted again. The ball deflected off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Chris Pink, to the line of scrimmage, which is the 24. It's still 13 yards for a 1st down. Farrat has had 1 for 10 in passing and 2 interceptions. 3rd down and 13. Tulsa with the ball, and now they're going to call a timeout with Iowa leading by a score of 6-0. And crowd, 66,431. Good crowd. Looks like a sellout to me. I don't see very many vacant areas. Okay, Tulsa now with the football, and they're taking a long time to put it into play. Farrat is back, and they grab him. He starts to run, and he throws, and it is caught right down to the 1-yard line. A deflection off an Iowa player. Tommy Knight thought he had it, deflected it. They thought they had Farrat in their grip, and he wriggled away. Amazing play by Tulsa.
Looked like it was going to be a sack, Jim. Instead, it's touchdown territory for Tulsa.
All right, Tulsa now goes to the wishbone. 3 backs set there in the wishbone formation. They're at the 1-yard line. And now with the football is the quarterback, Farrat. He faked into the line, and he doesn't make it.
They're saying fumble, and
maybe at that time it did not go in Iowa's favor as they got it. So he doesn't make it. It's 2nd down, goal to go at the 1-yard line for Tulsa. As the fumble in the backfield, and Iowa doesn't get the ball, but they stop the play back at the 10-yard line. Patrick Williams missed a pitch back, and he falls on top of it at the 10-yard line. Parker Wilderman got in on top of the ball.
Now, they don't seem to have anything in sync on offense.
They don't, Ed, and I tell you, they got down there on kind of a freak play, and now they're back at the 9-yard line, and the Iowa crowd is going wild as Tulsa spreads out, a spread formation. Back to throw, and into the end zone. The ball is tipped out of the hands of the intended receiver. Great play by Scott Plate as Chris Penn was down there in the end zone. So Tulsa's going to have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Good coverage by the...
From the center of the field at the 15-yard line, 25-yarder, Brandon Brister will attempt the field goal, and holding will be Mark DeLozier. Here's the kick. It's up, and it's good. And so we have a 6-3 ball game. All the points coming on field goals. Hawkeyes leading. Trying to get back in shape this fall. Don't forget the beat. Saw him downstairs. He's here. So I want to say hello to all of our Lake friends and tweeters and everybody else there listening to the game. It's a high end-over-end kick, and it is Sedrick Shaw taking it at the 15, at the 20, and breaks into the clear. Sedrick Shaw still going. He's at the 40, the 45. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He reverses field. He goes. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's at the 12-yard line. Tremendous run back of that kickoff by Sedrick Shaw. Hey, Willie Fleming, watch out.
Oh, is this kid something, Jim?
Oh, man, do they love him already. Pat Donofrio. He reversed field 10 times. Sedrick Shaw, a brilliant run back. We'll get the yardage for you in just a moment of Sedrick Shaw on a rather short kickoff. Runs it all the way down to the 12-yard line of Tulsa.
Jim, you know what he does is he's looking past the guy right in front of him. It's like you used to see a cutback.
Willie Fleming told me one time he always looked 3 or 4 tacklers ahead with his great vision, and this guy is out of that same mold. Here we go now. Ryan Terry with the ball. Plunges over left tackle. Gets down to the 7-yard line. And it looks to me like
this was out there.
All right, we're going to let the quarter come to an end peacefully here. But the Hawkeyes are threatening. They're down at the 7-yard line. The score at the end of one quarter, Iowa 6, Tulsa 3. He can actually pick up a first down at the 2-yard line. All right, here's Burmeister now at quarterback. Burmeister hands off to Ryan Terry, second man through. He wrestles around, and he gets down to the end zone. It's a touchdown.
No, he's spotted about 6 inches
just shy
short
of a touchdown. Hey, Ryan Terry just bulldozed his way, running over tacklers, picks up 6 of the yards he needed. So at about the 2-inch line for the Iowa Hawkeyes, they go to the power I. Diving in there is Burmeister, the quarterback. It's a touchdown. The first touchdown of the 1993 season, scored appropriately by the quarterback. That's right. 12 yards, 3 plays, 1 minute and 6 seconds. Here's the PAT. It's up, and it's no good by Romano. I can't believe it. All right, Hawkeyes kicking off as they lead 12-3 and advancing the season a bit. Coming into the booth right now is Dr. Tom Davis. You enjoy the football season, don't you?
Oh, I really do, Jim. It makes you realize another year is here.
All right, and Tulsa now, one of the upbacks, takes the ball, gets back to the 37-yard line. That's Jason Percy. Okay, Coach, let's get an update on basketball here as we sit and watch.
On behalf of
Thank
all
you
of us
very
who
much.
work with you, real proud of you.
And I'm going to be inducted as an honorary letterman, so I have eligibility
I
left.
saw you throwing your kisses up to the fans there from the field. So
Okay.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Thank you very much, Tom Davis. And right now, let's get back to football again as they try to navigate the right side of the line, and that's Lamont Head, and he's going nowhere. He's throwing for about a 2-yard loss. Thanks to Tom Davis for coming down to the booth here. And thanks for a little bit more about the new surprises that Hayden told us about, and that the Iowa defense is using this year. Second down 11 at the 35-yard line for Tulsa. Running with the ball is Head. He does break open this time and gets over the 40 up to about the 43. Lamont Head down and 3 at the 43-yard line. Iowa leading 12-3 here in a hard-fought ball game. Here's Head, cuts over the right side. Is he going to make it? Just barely gets up to what looks like a first down for Lamont to go for it. Jeff Andrews and Tony Bates in there. Tony Bates, much talked about recruit from Florida, makes the tackle on the play. Iowa goes into an 8-man front.
They got a guard moved.
Somebody moved. Tulsa now moved. Encroachment will be the ruling, and I think it'll be a 5-yard penalty for Tulsa, which means kicking.
Yeah, Mark Lasky, the right guard, moved.
Standing back in single safety. DeLozier will kick from his own 26-yard line. Iowa leading 12-3 in the early going here in the second quarter. Low snap from center, but he boots the ball, and it's a boomer, and Willie Guy camps under it, takes it at the 12, starts out, eludes one tackler, another. Here's Willie Guy, comes up over the 40 to the 42, and one more block in. Willie Guy would have been gone. About a 25-yard run back of that kick, and Kelly Houston was the only man between him and a 90-yard touchdown run.
Oh, that was so close.
And Anthony Dean comes out there, Harold Jasper, Burmeister at quarterback, five-man front being used by Tulsa. It's Iowa now with the ball on their 41-yard line, and Burmeister looks like he's audibleizing, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. And here's Sedrick Shaw, cuts up over the left side, gets about 5 yards on the play, up to the 46-yard line. Makes Jerry Burns, former Hawkeye head coach, former Viking head coach. And Jerry back being honored with his 63 team. Here's a little delay. Sedrick Shaw tackled and fumbles. Sedrick Shaw has the ball bounced away from him. It's going to be Tulsa's ball. And Shaw was really hit that time by Garrick Jackson, the left side cornerback, who crashed through and got Shaw just as he got the handoff. And man, the ball just popped right away from him, man.
And that fumble is not on Sedrick Shaw. That's on the offensive line because...
So it is going to be Tulsa now suddenly taking over the ball. The first Iowa miscue of the afternoon. From that standpoint, Tulsa has the ball on the Iowa 42-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing 12-3. He's trying to run with the football, and going nowhere is Lamont Head. He gets back to the line of Sutter, Matt Hilliard, Bobby Diaco. They are the front seven. Tulsa now with the ball, 1 yard pickup on the play, 2nd down and 9 at the 41-yard line of Iowa. Kind of a wild game here. Iowa defense is jittering, bugging around all over the place. Back to throw for Rott, rifles one down, and it's complete as he went right through the seam to Chris Penn, and Penn got the ball. It's complete on about a 20-yard gain right down to the 22-yard.
Defense, Jim, has not put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They've done a good job against the rush. The quarterback has thrown some bad passes, but not because of pressure.
All right, and now here's Lamont Head. He tries to crack through, can't do it. They gang tackle him just as he gets through the line of scrimmage inside.
Defensive lineman.
All right, we got 10 minutes to play in the first half. Tulsa turns things around here. They have the ball now, 2nd down and 5. He actually got down to the 17-yard line. Quarterback throws over the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended for Gary Brown. Got the ball, then dropped it. I think he heard footsteps out there.
Well, he had Bobby Diaco looking him right dead in the eye.
The field, about 10-mile-an-hour wind coming up from the southwest. And here now is Tulsa on 3rd down and 5 at the 17-yard line in Iowa territory. And long count play, so long as a matter of fact that they call timeout. I guess they did.
Too much time. No,
too much time. It's going to be a penalty. That's a 3rd too much time penalty, halftime and after the game. So stay tuned to our big lineup of shows. 3rd and 10 now for Tulsa as the ball is moved back to the 22. 3rd and 10 at the 22-yard line. And Farrat back to throw, rifles one, and it is broken up. No, it's caught. A deflected pass is caught. Deflected into the arms of Chris Penn as Chris Jackson batted the ball in, and for the 2nd time, Tulsa makes a major gain, and major things happen on a deflected pass caught in the end zone by Chris Penn. Deflected by Jackson. The Iowa defender.
Touchdown.
Touchdown for Tulsa. So they now have 9 points going after their 10th point, and the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. So the kick is good by Brandon Brister, and the score is Iowa 12, Tulsa 10. You're listening to Iowa football. All right, the score is Iowa 12 and Tulsa 10. Ed, freak happenings, fluky happenings almost. You can't take it away from Tulsa because they materialized on them and got into the end zone, and they now have a touchdown on the board. So let's see what the Hawkeyes can do now as Brister will kick off for Iowa. The deep men are Sedrick Shaw and Willie Guy. Here's the kick, and it sails high, and camping under it, taking it right at the goal line is Sedrick Shaw, and Sedrick Shaw eludes one tackler, another, spins out of the grass, gets up to the 35-yard line. Boy, he comes so close to breaking that, Ed.
Terrific vision, Jim. It looked like he was trapped. There were 3 or 4 people coming at him, and he had the ability to jump right.
Now, get something on the board. 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. Iowa with the football. Now they flip-flop their tight ends, and they have Harold Jasper set way out left. Here's Sedrick Shaw, cuts back inside, and correction. Ryan Terry got into traffic, gets up to the 35, maybe the 30. Very impressive. Willie Guy is the flanker out to the near side of the field. Burmeister has Cliff King as the up back. Ryan Terry is the deep back on the offset I, and now they split out of the I formation. They're in tandem right now. Ball just over the 35-yard line. Back to throw. Burmeister looks. He's rushed. He throws, and the man was covered. It's incomplete for Scott Slutzker. You're right, Ed. They are going to throw to the tight end, but he had single coverage by the safety, James Blake, who kind of just football day here in Iowa City. Iowa now goes to the triple back and the shotgun, and now back to throw. Screen up the field, and it is complete to Anthony Dean. Not a first down, but he gets up to about the 42-yard line for a 6 or 7 yard gain. Right up the pipe that time as Iowa shows shotgun. We're going to take a first look now at Brian Hurley as he kicks. He's a freshman from Iowa City. Punt formation, takes his time. And he kicks a good one, a boomer sailing down to the 15-yard line where it's picked up by Gunn, reverses field, and he's tackled at the 25-yard line. Correction, Gary Brown. Gunn was back there. Brown got the ball. Iowa covers that one, 5-yard line. Tulsa, no huddle. Delay on the sprint draw, and crashing into the line to scrimmage is Lamar.
All up in the air so you can get your coverage down there.
2nd down and 8 for Tulsa at the 27-yard line. We'll now be talking about the pluses and minuses as we get to halftime. We've got a lot of interview guests coming up. Now up to Tulsa using 4 wide receivers and only 1 setback. Lamont Head. Here's a quick pass out to the far side up to the 34-yard line, and wrestled down by Scott Plate is Michael Kedzior as the quarterback just threw the ball out there. Gets a quarterback is Gus Frerotte, as Gary Brown, Abe Hoskins, Chris Penn, and Kedzior out there as wide receivers. Now they line up with 1 setback, 2 yards to go for a first down, 3rd and 2. And now driving up the middle behind great blocking, and it is a first down for Tulsa. It's Kenny Gunn, and he normally Jason Percy.
One of the disadvantages of putting everybody on the line of scrimmage, we got action.
Here's action, and they wrestle around down there at the 40-yard line. Larry Blue wasn't fooled as Kenny Gunn on a quick hitting play that time, and Blue just grabbed him right around the middle in
That thought, Jim, if you have everybody on the line of scrimmage, you don't have any linebackers scraping to the hole, so you have to make sure that you neutralize the play at the line of scrimmage.
All right, a no setback offense, and now Frerotte rolls out of the pocket. They almost get him, and he throws it, and it is complete, and it's going to be a first down and more down to the 48-yard line. Another one of those freaky plays as they
run out of the tackle.
Wriggle away from him. It's 1st and 10. They spot the ball on the 49-yard line of Iowa. 1 setback, double flankers. Here's Frerotte, hands off to that 1 setback, Lamont Head, and he runs into his own people, and he's wrestled down, Lamont Head, by the middle of the Iowa line. Bickham, Tony Bates, Mike Wells, Scott Setter, all in there on the.
So really sucking some wind right now.
That's right. He picked up 1 more yard of the play. It gets up 2nd down and 8 at the 47-yard line for Tulsa. They're in Iowa territory. They use that 4 flanker set with 1 back, and now the ball is caught down inside the 40, down about the 39-yard line by Gary Brown. Just a little quick pass there by the quarterback for.
See if the Hawk defense can stop him.
All right, Head is the lone setback. Double flankers, and they've got 1 yard to go for a first down. They're on the 40-yard line of Iowa, trailing 12-10. Here's Lamont Head, finds a hole, picks up the first down, and then is driven back to the 40. I think he picked up the first down. Let's see. He gets down to about the 37.5-yard line as where he had. Action continues. 4:22 to go in the first half. Iowa leads 12-10. A lot of crazy, wild things happening to that football out there, bouncing around, deflected passes and so forth. Here's Lamont Head, bangs in there and gets over the 35 down to the 32-yard line as they continue to eat up yardage here. 2nd down, 5 at the 32-yard line of Iowa. Fumble by Iowa set up this whole thing. And now Iowa goes into about a 7-man front as the handout. Back to throw is Frerotte. He runs with the ball. He looks and he throws, and it's complete for a first down to the 15-yard line to Chris Penn. You know, this you got to give this guy credit, this Frerotte. He's kind of changed his style. He gets rid of the ball fast, or he leads to the wall. 3:29 to play in the first half. Iowa leads 12-10. Very precarious lead here the way Tulsa's going, and now Kenny Gunn with the ball. Goes over right tackle and goes nowhere. He winds up in the grasp of Mike Wells, and Parker Wilderman makes the tackle on the play. Mike Wells. And now the ball is at the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 10. They got 15 up there on the board. So it's second down coming up, and now the quarterback Farrat fakes. He is rushed, and he's going to be thrown down. You got it. Jeff Andrews in there for the first sack of the day. Grabs him, wrestles him down back at the 23-yard line, Ed.
Now that's the way it's supposed to be played. That was the same play that worked the other way. Andrews stayed at home. His assignment is to not let the quarterback get outside of him. Terrific.
And now the ball is at the 23-yard line. It's going to be third down and 18 for Tulsa. One setback, four flankers. Farrat at quarterback goes back to throw. He looks and he throws. It's deflected and it's caught. Intercepted pass by Iowa, their third of the day. Jason Olenzak, a deflected pass intended downfield for Natowski, and it was deflected. Jason Olenzak scooped it up about a foot off the ground, Ed, and the Hawkeyes have it again. Third interception.
I didn't see who deflected it. It could have been Mike Daly. I think
it was Daly. Mike Daly.
Coverage.
Getting in there, deflecting the pass. The thing we haven't liked so far about this great Iowa defense is the fact that they really have not been able to put much pressure. Now, let's see what happens here with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Iowa has the ball back on the 11-yard line. First and 10. And here's a handoff to Ryan Terry. Gets a couple of yards maybe on the play, and that's it. Now it's second down and 9 at about the 12-yard line. And here's the pitch back and a hand back, a flea flicker attempt. And with the ball is Burmeister. He throws it, and it's incomplete. Burmeister dropped the ball on what was supposed to be a flea flicker play. Finally scooped it up and threw it. And a wild play. You don't usually see that.
Awful dangerous play to run down there.
That close to the goal line, right? All right, third down and 10 for the Iowa Hawkeyes. As Iowa now with 1:21 to play. That stops the clock, of course. Triple flankers are set out. Here's Burmeister back to throw. The pass pattern develops. He throws, and it is intercepted by Tulsa. Pass intended downfield for Ryan Terry. And the Iowa players are claiming that he was shoved, but no flag is thrown. And James Blake makes the interception. And so Tulsa gets it right back again.
That's not a good play there. And Hayden.
Iowa holding on to a precarious 12-10 lead. The ball has exchanged hands 3 times now in the last 3 minutes. All right, Kenny Gunn comes into the backfield and now racing around, and a sack is on and a fumble on the play. Let's see as they put the pressure on Farrat. The ball popped away from him as he was trying to hand off to Kenny Gunn. And let's see, I think he fell back on top of the Hosier in there. Reserves playing for the Iowa Hawkeyes right now. Hayden said he hopes to play an awful lot of guys today, and he's doing exactly that. Second down and 17 at the 41-yard line. Back to throw once again is Farrat. He's being rushed. He throws, and it's almost intercepted again. This time the ball is batted down. Gary Brown is
deep and outside of the defensive end and worked in as a linebacker.
All right, the Hawks now on defense. Tulsa with the ball, 21 seconds to play in the first, 27 seconds to play in the first half. They have a third down and 17 at the 41-yard line. Here's Farrat back to throw. He throws. It's a screen pass, and with the ball is Gunn. He breaks away from one tackle, another. Does not get the first down. He had a lot of yardage to pick up, but he gets about 8 or 9. Kenny Gunn going right down the pipe. Jason Olenzak and Chris Jackson stopped him. They wanted to prevent the... Who's going to do this? All right, Brandon Brister is attempting a field goal, and it hits the crossbar and bounces back into the field of play. Don't see that too often, Ed. You can see him hit the uprights occasionally. The ball teed up that time on a 36-yard field from the 36-yard line, 46-yard field goal attempt. Actually hit Brister. And Tulsa coming up, jumping all around. Hey, they feel good. They're within 2 points of a Big Ten team here. Willie Guy and Sedrick Shaw are deep to receive the kickoff. It comes to Sedrick Shaw. Reverses field at the 20, up to the 25, up to the 30, up to the 35. And a brilliant kickoff return. And we have a flag down over on the far side of the field. So we'll see what that all means as he gets it back out. Illegal block is the call. Ball to put some energy into this Iowa offense. All right, now here's a handoff going right up the middle, and breaking through is Ryan Terry. Big hole. Ryan Terry goes up for about 20 yards right up the pipe.
Jim, now there's what we're talking about. That play.
at the 42-yard line for the rejuvenated Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's hope it remains that way. The offset I, double flankers to the left of the formation. Here's another hole. Ryan Terry running with the ball. He's at the 50, at the 45, and down to the 40-yard line. Ryan Terry, another big gain, and goes to the 40-yard line. Tackled there by the left cornerback.
Though the penalty didn't cost him 1st and 25.
All right, now here's Ryan Terry again, jitterbugging his way around, goes for about 8 yards and gets up to the 49. He's driven back again to the 46-yard line of Iowa. Anthony Dean flanks to the wide side of the field. Paul Burmeister at quarterback. Two backs are set in the eye. Handoff goes to Terry. Terry gets away from one tackler, another still running with the ball over the 50, down to the 46-yard line. Close to a first down goes Ryan Terry. 5-yard gain.
Good job by Terry, because number 49, Joe Warren, had a shot at him in the backfield. Terry ran out of the tackle.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul. So Harold DeGhost Jasper flanks one way, Anthony Dean the other way. The offset I on 3rd down and 1. Here's Burmeister, keeps the ball, sneaks it, first down, gets to the 45-yard line. Ed?
Well, that's a good safe call there to get the first down. The only difference is when
at the 45-yard line. Iowa's 7th first down, and here's Terry running into trouble. Ryan Terry with the ball that time, and
straight up.
Cliff King is fullback, being used as the blocking back on this sequence. The offset I, double flankers to the left, 2nd down 11 at the 46-yard line. Here's Burmeister, goes back to pass, takes his time, has time, throws a bomb. He has Willie Guy in the clear at the 20, at the 15-yard line. He's run out of bounds. Willie Guy in the clear, got it at the 20, ran out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 30-yard pass play.
Wide open too. Willie Guy, he was on a drag pattern in behind.
Jeff Andela to the left side of the formation. One setback. That's Ryan Terry. Here's Terry with the ball, and they nail him right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, yeah, they were
outmanned. Didn't fool
Tulsa. Iowa was really outmanned.
As they stop the Hawkeyes momentarily. 2nd 11. They are on the 16-yard line of Tulsa. Here is the offset I, and now back to throw. What happened? Too much time.
Too much time.
Too much time again, and Paul Burmeister being very deliberate up there, and too deliberate that time.
Yeah. Jim, part of the problem is when you don't get out of the huddle.
Difference. See, they're already down to 10 seconds now when they break from the huddle, and the offset I with double flankers, and Burmeister back. He fakes it to the line. He's rushed. He throws. It's incomplete. Intended for Harold Jasper. Burmeister was really hit. And about that time, Harold Jasper flanks out. The two backs are in tandem. We have 3rd and 16 at the 21-yard line for the Iowa Hawkeyes, who are desperately trying to get into the end zone. Here's Burmeister. He takes his time. He throws, and it is complete to Andela. Andela tries to turn the corner and gets down pretty close to the 15-yard line, where he's driven out of bounds. So you've got to get all the way down to the 5 for a first down. And Garrick Jackson and James Bailey and James Blake did a good job of containing him for Tulsa. 4th down coming up. Field goal. Ball's going to be spotted at the 22. One thing it benefits, Ed, with the hash marks coming in are the kickers. The angle is not so great. Here's the kick, and it's up.
12 men on the field.
And too many men on the field, but
they'll take the points.
Kick is good. Kick is good. Tulsa with too many men on the field, and the kick is good on a 32-yard field goal. Now let's see, they're discussing. Score of the Iowa Hawkeyes 15. 3 field goals involved in that, and Tulsa 10, and Todd Romano will kick off. Tulsa have about a 10-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the southwest. Abe Hoskins and Kenny Gunn are deep for Tulsa. Here is Romano. He kicks a bullet downfield. It's going to go into the end zone and over the head of Kenny Gunn. And I'll tell you, that's great to see, Ed, because I don't think all of last year we had a single ball go into the end zone on a kickoff. It's game for Tulsa all the way. One setback, 2 receivers. Gus Farrat is the quarterback, and Farrat now hands off. Nobody is fooled. Lamont Head took it and almost on a bootleg ran wide to his left, and the whole right side of the Iowa defense just came in more than the Tulsa team was. 2nd down and 12 for Tulsa now on their own 18-yard line. Lamont Head is the lone setback, one wide receiver out to the right side of the formation. Little delay, handoff to Head. They wrestle him down right at the line of scrimmage. Lamont Head Maurea Crain that time gets underneath him. This is the on this sequence here, they've held Tulsa to minus yardage. It's 3rd down 11 at the 19-yard line in their own territory for Tulsa. And the quarterback is Farrat. He has one setback. That's Lamont Head, their big running star. Iowa defense jitterbugging around. Here is the quarterback, and he's wrestled down. A sack, another sack on Farrat. He couldn't find anybody open, and he is wrestled down hard by Chris Webb. Got to him that time, Ed, and I guess we can credit the defensive backfield. On 4th down and 17, Willie Guy stands just inside the 50-yard line to receive the punt with 8:26 left to go. The ball is almost blocked.
Oh, no.
It goes out of bounds.
Another roughing the punter call.
But we hesitate. Tulsa gets life on roughing the kicker. Looked like it was all going to go Iowa's way. Instead, now they get the ball out on the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Here is a bootleg, then a hand back, goes to Gunn, and Gunn is wrestled all the way back to the 20-yard line. Man, this Iowa defense is fired up. Solomon White was the ball carrier that time. He was wrestled all the way back to the 20-yard line. Let's see where his motion stopped. I don't know how he could have had a 1-yard gain on that, but it's 2nd down and 9 at the 29-yard line because they wrestled him all the way back to the 20, but they ruled his motion did carry up to the 29-yard line from the 28. Okay, it's Tulsa with the ball now on 2nd down and 9. And here's Gus Farrat going back. He throws, and it's incomplete. And they hit the quarterback just as he was throwing. And I'll tell you, Farrat is really taking some hits out there.
Yeah, there's going to be an illegal
midway in the quarter. Temperature is now 78 degrees. Light wind coming out of the south. Tulsa with the ball. The crowd very, very active out there. Really cheering and hollering, a hoop and a holler. Farrat is back to throw. He throws, and it is complete. Amazing catch that time up there to Abe Hoskins as he got in between the Iowa safeties. Jason Olenczak finally made the stop in time. And so Farrat now surveys the situation and comes up to the line of scrimmage. And we got 4 flankers set out. Farrat being very deliberate out there as the clock counts down to 12 seconds. And Iowa now with 1st down at the 47-yard line. Farrat throws again, and it is complete. Scott Plate makes the tackle at the 45-yard line on Michael Kidzior. Kidzior gets the ball, 8-yard gain back there. Now they get the one-back offense here, 2nd down and 1. There's a 9-yard gain on that play, or 8-yard gain rather. And the ball carrier goes down for the 1st down to the 40-yard line. That's by the 40-yard line for the Golden Hurricane. Golden Hurricane colors are old gold, royal blue, and crimson. They're wearing pretty much white uniforms today. Here is Farrat, goes back to throw, and he rifles one down, and it's complete down to the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line, and it is a touchdown. Into the end zone goes Chris Penn. Chris Penn catches the ball and goes into the end zone on an amazing pass by Farrat, which covered 40 yards. Unbelievable.
Penn came straight across the field down about 15 yards.
In this game at 16-15. Brandon Brister will try to add the PAT, and the ball will be held by Delosier. Here's the kick, and the kick is up, and the kick is good, and the score is Tulsa 17, Iowa 15. You're listening. We pause 10 seconds for station ID. Onside kick tried by Tulsa. The ball is scooped up down there by Sedrick Shaw. He's at the 40, he's at the 45, he's still going, he's at the 50-yard line, and we have a flag down again.
It's all coming back.
Oh man, but they lost 5 games, including Texas A&M, by less than 5 points or less. 1st and 10 now for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and the ball back on the 25-yard line. And here's Burmeister going for the bomb, and he has Anthony Dean. He has the ball at the 20, at the 15-yard line. The bomb downfield by Paul Burmeister. Great play. Burmeister passing it really about 60 yards in the air, Ed, because he threw that from back around the 15 or 10-yard line from scrimmage to tackle. It's 49 yards. A pickup. Garrick Jackson makes the tackle. Brought down by Garrick Jackson, who caught him only because he had to stop to catch the ball. So a 62-yard pass play. And now, running into the hole, we have Sedrick Shaw, number 5, taking the handoff, going at the 13-yard line. Hawkeyes up the line of scrimmage now. They use the I formation, now the offset I. Burmeister at quarterback. Here's Burmeister, hands off, and the ball goes inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8-yard line. Sedrick Shaw once again, a great play by Burmeister, mixing him up, faking one way, then handing back to Sedrick, 7-yard line. Willie Guy flanks to the right side of the field. Harold goes Jasper to the left side. It's the offset I, and Burmeister wants a timeout. Timeout called to score. Hawkeyes need to score. They need a touchdown, not a field goal. 3rd down and 3. Iowa at the 7-yard line of Tulsa. 3 flankers are set out. 1 setback. Back to throw. Burmeister. He throws, and it is broken up and almost intercepted. James Bailey had it and dropped it. A pass in the end zone intended for Harold Jasper, but it was grossly underthrown. And now that means the Hawk will be attempting a 25-yard field goal. About to be spotted at about the 15-yard line on 4th down and 3. Kick is up. Kick is good. Hawkeyes back in the lead again by a score of 18-17. You're listening to Iowa football. Jim Zabel and Ed Podolak. We've just been informed that Todd Romano now has tied a school record of 4 field goals in one game, held jointly by Dave Holska and Rob Houtland. So congratulations to Todd Romano. He'll be kicking off here. And he kicks. It's a bullet on drive on the ground, picked by one of the upbacks to the 30-yard line. Spun around, gets up to about the 38-yard line. Jason Percy, the upback, fullback. His score will surprise a lot of people, but not when you see this Tulsa team. Pretty good ball club. Here's Tulsa now, and somebody jumped offside. We have flags thrown as Tulsa comes up to the line of scrimmage, which is the 38-yard at the 43-yard line. So the guy who's done all the quarterbacking for Tulsa, Gus Farrat, is up there, done a good job. 1 setback and 4 flankers. That's been their standard formation. And the handoff goes to Lamont Head, the setback. He doesn't make the first down. In fact, he barely makes 1 yard, gets up to the the home squad having more players suited up.
Well, Iowa's played a lot more players than Tulsa has at this time, and it should start showing from here on out.
2nd down and 4 for Tulsa at the 45. He did make a 1-yard gain. Here's Farrat. He throws, and it's complete. And it's a 1st down and more, driven out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Chris Penn. Brian or Tommy Knight.
Play any better. He was right in position, but went to catch the ball and went right through his hands.
That's right. 1st and 10 now. Tulsa at the 38-yard line of Iowa. That's kind of been the story of the day. Here's Tulsa now with Gus Farrat at quarterback. Delays, hands off up the middle, and we have Patrick Williams in there. He picks up about a yard or 2. Goes down.
Since then.
So it's 2nd down and about 8 at the 35-yard line of Tulsa, or on the 35-yard line of Iowa by Tulsa. Iowa leading by 1 point, 18-17. And this could be a hair-raising finish. Here's the pitch back now, going, and it goes nowhere. That's Patrick Williams, stopped in the backfield. Quarterback Farrat just pitched the ball back to him on what was supposed to be a sprint draw play, and Scott Sether, Scott Hosier, and Lloyd Bickham all got to him. But for Tulsa, they haven't used a huddle all afternoon. 4 receivers are set out, no setback. 3rd down and 9. They're at the Iowa 37-yard line, and the Iowa fans hollering for this defense to hold them. Here's Gus Farrat. He goes back to throw. He rifles one down. It's incomplete. Nice defensive play by Iowa. Ball intended for number 80, Abe Hoskins. Couldn't hold on to it. Bobby Diaco was right there. We just received word that Yankee pitcher Jim Abbott, and Delosier comes in, the punter. He'll be kicking from the 50-yard line. And Harold Jasper now is deep for Iowa, standing on the 10-yard line. He, of course, was the punt returner last year. 4th down and 9. He kicks it way up in the air. That one as high as the top of the stadium, comes down and is down by Tulsa at the 5-yard line. So Hawkeyes will have to start the 7-yard line. So it'll be Iowa's ball, 1st and 10 at the 7-yard line. Burmeister at quarterback. The backs are offset, and here's a little delay. Handoff up the middle, and fighting for yardage is Ryan Terry. Terry goes up over the 10 to about the 11-yard line. Darrell Johnson.
That he had last year. And boy, this is the place you have to hold on to it too, your own 10-yard line.
Right, 2nd down and 7 at their own 10-yard line for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and a drive over the right side. Cliff King, they caught him coming out a little crossing action there as Cliff King goes over the right side. Hayden's been giving him rave notices in practice. 3rd down and 7 Iowa. They're at the little over the 10-yard line in their own territory. Burmeister back, hands off on the draw, and Ryan Terry goes nowhere. In fact, loses yardage. Ryan Terry back to the 9-yard line, losing yardage as Kelly Houston, the left side cornerback, comes in. You know, one thing about the
good concept on both defense and offense, Jim, they're very well coached.
Nick Gallery will have to kick from the end zone. He boots it, and it's a boomer. What a tremendous kick by Gallery from the end zone. Goes way down to the 20-yard line. Nick Gallery kicking from his own end zone, an 80-yarder. Whoa, man, does this guy earn the punting job or not?
Jim, when is the last time you saw a ball sail
Reggie Roby.
Reggie Roby's the last guy that kicked it over the head of a return man.
From where he kicked it at, he was 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone. To where it landed, it had to be an 85-yard kick.
Beautiful, too good. And you know there was a lot of air under the ball. As we said, you've got to kick the ball high also, and that was a big play, right?
Tulsa with the ball, and a wild pass is complete to Gary Brown. Gus Farrat wants to all the way down from his own end zone to the 21-yard line at the other end. But Tulsa now has a 1st down, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 14-yard gain. Tulsa now using 4 flankers, 1 setback. Hawkeyes with a 4-man front, and jitterbugging around out there is Kenny Gunn. Kenny Gunn.
That's the most improvement that we've seen in the kicking game in a long time.
And the defense looks good overall. 2nd down and 7 at the 38-yard line now for Tulsa. They made a 3-yard gain on that play. Iowa jitterbugging its defense all over the place, and back to throw. A pass out on the right side is over the head of the intended receiver, Gary Brown. That's a few times down there with sacks. 3rd down and 7 at the 38-yard line now for Tulsa. Iowa leads 18-17. We're just starting the 4th and final quarter here at Kinnick Stadium on a beautiful football afternoon to open the 1993 season. Farrat is back. He throws, and it's complete. Up to the 50, up to the 48-yard line goes Chris Penn. Chris Penn that time, just a rifle shot down the field for, he surveys the field. He's a big guy, goes back and just kind of looks things over.
They've got 5 wide receivers in the field. The tight end is actually a wide receiver, Jim.
That's right, 5 guys set out there, and now here's Farrat standing back. And
too much time.
Took too much time there to
pass rush from your 4 interior people, because you can't cover 5 wide receivers for very long.
Well, he's got 5 receivers now out there once again on 1st down and 15 at the 46-yard line, and the pass is complete up to the 50-yard line, but only for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Kidzior, a 4-yard gain over the 50-yard line down to the 49-yard line, let's call it. 2nd. So once again, no setbacks, and 5 receivers are set out. Here's Farrat. He throws downfield, and it is broken up. Jason Olenczak breaks it up down there, and they're high-fiving each other now. A great pass there to Abe Hoskins. That was thrown hard, and a great effort. I'll tell you, some great athletes going at each other. 3rd down and 10 for Tulsa at the 48-yard line of Iowa as the shadows begin to creep across the field to paraphrase my predecessor, Ronald Reagan. So he said it. 18-17, Farrat back to throw, dumps a little pass over, and it's complete down to the 30, down to the 29-yard line to Abe Hoskins. Boy, he just got in between the receivers, some hitting and
regular type set here.
All right, Lamont Head and Kenny Gunn comes back in now. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line with Tulsa on the move here. 12 minutes to play. Here's a handoff going to Kenny Gunn, and he is driven back to the 30 after getting down to about the 25-yard line for probably. They come up the line of scrimmage. They have 4 receivers set out with 1 setback. 2nd down and 7 at the 26-yard line for Tulsa in Iowa territory. Back to throw for Rott. He looks, he throws. It is complete. No, down at the 10-yard line, but he was out of bounds. The pass was complete to Chris Penn. Leaped high into the relatively low-scoring game because there's been so many field goals. Low touchdown scoring game. A lot of drama in this thing. All right, the crowd getting into it now on 3rd down and 7 for Tulsa at the 26-yard line of Iowa. 4 receivers set out. Back to throw. Farrat once again goes in. It's intercepted. Hawkeyes have the ball, and it's taken by Hartlieb. John Hartlieb picks up the ball, intercepts it, and brings it back out to the 26-yard line. Michael Kedzier was the intended receiver. 4th interception today, Ed.
And a good job by Hartlieb. Again, Farrat was trying to loop the ball over the linebackers in front of the safety, and the Iowa linebackers got deep enough that time to make the play.
Great job by John Hartlieb intercepting. Hawkeyes have the ball. 1st and 10 at the 27. Tired of going out for fast food? Then one fajitas, beef. It's what's for dinner tonight. All right, 1st and 10, Iowa at the 27-yard line, I formation, and Burmeister back to throw. He scrambled around back there. He looks, and he's going to be tackled from behind. He is. Burmeister flushed out of the pocket. They chase him all the way across the field, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage on a sack by Darrell Johnson, the linebacker. Ed, 27 to the 17. It brings up 2nd down and 20 for Iowa as Burmeister is sacked behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 20 at the 17. Burmeister back. He looks downfield. He throws the bomb downfield, and Jeff Handela, the intended receiver, has an escort of 3 players, and it goes way over his head. Boy, Burmeister line leading 18 to 17 with a lot of time to play, over 10 minutes. Here's Burmeister, goes back again. He looks, he throws a little pass out to the left side, complete to Ryan Terry. He dives forward, gets up to about the 25-yard line. Surprised we haven't seen more of Sedrick Shaw in this game.
Well, they've been rotating him.
20 yards to go, so punt formation time, and Brian Hurley now comes in here to kick from his 10-yard line. Deep in single safety for Tulsa, and here's the kick. And it comes down and fielded at the 35-yard line by Chris Penn. And oh man, is he hit. Chris Penn is knocked down flat. And they got the ball by Rodney Filer. That's the kid from Texas, and the ball carrier, Chris Penn, is not getting up. Rodney Filer can fly. All right, Tulsa's ready to go after that great hit by Rodney Filer. 1st and 10, Tulsa at the 40-yard line. And back to throw. A screen pass is incomplete. And they were really coming in on top of the quarterback, Farrat. Lamont Head was ready for the screen pass. But reverse gear that time, had no place to go with the ball. 2nd and 10 now at the 40-yard line for Tulsa in their own territory. 1 setback, 4 flankers for the Golden Hurricane. Iowa with 4 down linemen, and now Farrat throws, and it is complete down to the 41-yard line. Chris Penn gets the ball down to the 41-yard line.
And brought the defense with him and snuck the slot guy in behind him.
All right, 1st and 10 now at the 41-yard line. And Tulsa with the ball. Once again, that 4-receiver formation. We've seen that all afternoon. And now handoff goes into the line to Head. He does get a little bit of yardage out of nothing there as he gets over the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. Lamont Head is tackled by the middle of the Iowa defense. You wonder really what you got out there. 2nd down and 7 at the 38-yard line for Tulsa. We know that they are in a very dangerous position right now from the Iowa Hawkeyes standpoint. All right, Tulsa now, Farrat back to throw. He is rushed, and he throws, and he's hit. As he throws, the ball goes nowhere, intended for Lamont Head, but he was hit by Larry Blue and Parker Wilderman.
Well, that's what, the Hawks have got to get some pressure on Farrat somehow. That time they brought
Fleet stops the clock at 8:28 to play in the game. 3rd down and 7 at the 38-yard line for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. one setback, 4 receivers once again. Farrat at quarterback at the 38-yard line of Iowa. Here's Gus Farrat. He goes back. He's rushed. Screen pass is complete. And it carries down to the 30, inside the 30, down to the 25. Still going. It's going to be a touchdown. Unbelievable. As Solomon White eludes 5 Iowa tacklers, breaks tackles, very sloppy tackling by Iowa, and races into the end zone from the 38-yard line on a screen pass, and the Golden Hurricane have taken the lead over the Iowa Hawkeyes 23-18. Well, that tackling is something that Hayden Fry is going to put on.
Hawkeye near the middle of the field, and all the missed tackles were from Hawkeyes trying to recover and get in and make a hit. 25-18, and Iowa has to go for 2 to win if they score a touchdown.
All right, they're going to go for 2 points, and Farrat, the quarterback, at the line of scrimmage now, and at the 3-yard line. Here's Farrat. He goes back to throw. He throws, and it's complete for a 3-point play for Tulsa, or 2-point play, correction. 2-point play for Tulsa, which gives them the edge in the score if Iowa should come back with a touchdown. Chris Penn caught the pass from Farrat and give this kid down 25-18. Here's the kickoff by Brandon Brister. He kicks off, and it is Sedrick Shaw lets it roll, has it in the end zone, and downs the ball. Sedrick didn't know what to do with that ball.
Good, smart play by him, though. The ball took a real...
What happens the rest of the year? This one is the most important one now. Trailing 25-18. A lot of time to play, 8 minutes and 13 seconds. All right, here's the pitch now going to Shaw. Turns the corner. He's at the 20. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 24, 23-yard line. Sedrick Shaw doing a good job that time. Automatic out of bounds into the Iowa bench. He picked up 4 yards. So the Hawks now with the offset I formation on 2nd down and 6 at their own 24. Burmeister hands back, throws, and it is complete to Scott Slutzker. Tremendous catch in traffic. Slutzker, first down, up on the 38-yard line for the Iowa Hawkeyes, a 14-yard gain. You said it, Ed, in the first half. They're going to start throwing to the tight ends. James Bailey hit him. He held on to the ball.
Safety, and he held on.
He is one tough customer. Big guy, 6'8", about 250. He caught it, held on. First down, Iowa, 38-yard line. Back to throw. Burmeister, quick one. And it's intercepted. Man, oh man. James Bailey picks off the pass intended again for Slutzker. Right down the pipe, and a dejected Burmeister is coming off the field.
We got a flag down.
But a flag. Let's see who the penalty's against. Burmeister throws right into the hands of the middle linebacker, James Bailey, on a pass that was intended downfield
for Slutzker.
For Slutzker once again. That worked so good, but didn't work that time.
It was like he didn't even see the middle linebacker because he didn't try to loop the ball up. Slutzker was open.
He was the intended receiver. So interceptions and miscues, Hawkeyes' worst enemies today. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line for Tulsa. And Tulsa now with the ball as they kind of stumble there, taking the handoff is kicker penalties, which gave Tulsa life, and both times led to scores. 2nd down and 8, Tulsa at the 46-yard line of Iowa. And here now, once again, Farrat back to throw, all kinds of time. Throws, it's deflected and caught.
Yes.
Intercepted.
No.
They ruled Scott Plate was out of bounds. A deflected pass caught by Scott Plate, and it is out of bounds. The official rules to play. Ooh, man, Tulsa with the ball. 3rd down and 8 at the 46-yard line. If Tulsa would even get a field goal out of this thing, it would be big, big trouble for Iowa. Here's Farrat now with 4 wide receivers set out. He stands in the pocket. Now he runs out of the pocket, and he throws downfield. It's incomplete.
Whoa.
Oh,
boy, was
man.
that close.
That was close. A pass downfield to the receiver. Willie Guy will be back standing on the 10-yard line. Willie, show us what you can do now. It'll be Mark Delosier kicking, and he boots the ball high. And Willie Guy lets it roll and roll and roll, and Tulsa's going to fall on top of it, down on the 3-yard line. Man, oh man. Well, Ed, the Hawkeyes, of course, not much you can do with that. If you just signal for a fair catch, you're just about in the same place. Iowa operating from its own end zone, and here's Burmeister back to throw. He fakes, he throws, it's complete up to the 15-yard line, and up to the 21-yard line goes Scott Slutzker.
I'd throw this guy the ball a lot, Jim.
I would too.
Big, old, strong, rangy guy.
17-yard. put the ball on the 21-yard line. It's going to be Iowa 1st and 10 at that point with two flankers set out to the left side of the formation. Here's Burmeister, hands off up the middle. Ryan Terry is still running with the ball out to the 35-yard line. Terry goes for 14. Another first down for Iowa. Whoa, man. But then their miscues have proven their doom. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Hawkeyes with the ball. Terry again tackled in his own backfield.
See there again, I mean, the defensive line was as deep as the tailback as he took.
Anthony Dean flanks to the near side. One setback. Hawkeyes with the ball on 2nd down 11 at the 34-yard line. And now back to throw. Burmeister, all kinds of time. He throws, and it is complete up to the 42-yard line to Cliff King. Well, he looked over it. Somebody else may have been open, but he found King, and King goes at the 42-yard line. Iowa trails 25-18 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play in this dramatic ball game. Okay, back Paul Burmeister, hands off, and it is a first down for Ryan Terry. Runs out of bounds at the 50-yard line. An 8-yard gain, Ryan Terry, just when they needed it. Squirted over the left side, ran to the outside, and comes up with a first. One eye on the clock, one eye on the field. Hawkeyes have it first down on the 50-yard line. Burmeister back, rolls out of the pocket, throws, and it is complete to Slutzker. Holds on to the ball once again. 15-yard gain down to the 35-yard line. Boy, Scott Slutzker all of a sudden emerging as a major decision as to whether to go to a two-pointer or tie the game. But first of all, they got to score. Handoff up the middle. Cliff King, the fullback, goes down to the 30. Iowa milking the clock here also. 3 minutes and 49 seconds to play. King, but the scoreboard isn't exactly beautiful right now with Iowa trailing. Hawkeyes on the march, however. Two flankers are set out. The backs are in tandem. Here's Burmeister. Quick handoff now goes to Terry, and they saw that one coming. A draw play. Ryan Terry just waiting up and now on 3rd down and 9. Iowa at the 34-yard line of Tulsa, trailing 25-18. Burmeister back, throws, and it is complete. First down at the 22-yard line to Harold Jasper as he picks up about 14 yards. Down to the 22-yard line is where they're going to spot the ball. Woo! Anthony Dean flanks one way and Jeff Handel the other way. The backs are in tandem. It's first down and 10. Iowa just shy of the 20-yard line. Burmeister back to throw. He's rushed and he throws the ball away. Burmeister got rid of the football. Man, nobody blocking out there. Coming in on top of him, Darrell Johnson, because it is an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. The ball just shy of the 20-yard line in Tulsa territory. Iowa now goes to the shotgun once again. Burmeister with time. He looks, he throws, and it is over. And the pass interference penalty is going to be called. Anthony Dean was down there. He was interfered with. He was tripped up. 3 flags are down, so it's going to be pass interference, I think, against Dennis Hickey, the free safety.
Boy, and it was such a great move, too. He was going to break wide open. Hickey just reached out and tried to tackle him.
So the Hawkeyes now get a break on this one. 2:32 to play. And moves them closer to the goal line. So let's hope the Hawks can make their offense work now. It's the offset I formation. And here under center is Burmeister. Motion across the formation. Burmeister back to throw. He throws into the end zone. It is caught.
Incomplete.
No, incomplete. Oh, man. Leaping high is Anthony Dean. He had 4 white jerseys on top of. Now with the ball, goal to go, 2nd down and 6 at the 6-yard line. Hang on to your radios, hug them and kiss them. And now back to throw. Burmeister looks into the end zone. He passes, and it's complete to the 4-yard line to Ryan Terry.
Boy, they got nobody out, Jim. Everybody was bunched in. He got no receivers out at all to get out of the huddle. They're under 10 seconds.
Yeah, down to 8 seconds, 7 seconds. And down to 5, down to 4. Motion across the formation. Burmeister calls timeout. Burmeister with 1 second on the clock calls September 10th. 5-7 at the Embassy Suites in Des Moines. Friday, September 10th, 5-7 Embassy Suites. Right now we got football. 3rd and 4 to go at the 4-yard line. Goal to go. Burmeister from the shotgun runs the ball, and he is down to the 2-yard line. The big play is now coming up. Burmeister got the ball. Quarterback just dove forward.
There's a draw play with the quarterback, and it just did.
Running. Iowa is out of timeouts. That's why it's running. Slutzker and Greg Allen are in there. They got to get out of the huddle up the line of scrimmage. They can't call a timeout now. And here we go on 4th down. Goal to go at the 2-yard line. And still running with the ball. Ryan Terry is in there for a touchdown. Ryan Terry looked like he was going to fake a pass. Kept right on running to the left. And the Hawkeyes score. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hawkeyes are in the end zone, but they still trail on the scoreboard. 25-24.
And you know, they can't call timeout here, so Hayden Fry's got to make his decision right now, and he's going for the victory.
Looked like he was almost going to throw a pass.
Yeah, I think it was a pass play called, and the receiver didn't get out, and he ran it in.
He ran into the end zone.
Here we go, Jim.
Pylon. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Burmeister back. He rolls out of the pocket, throws into the end zone. It is caught. Yes! Scott Slutzker. Slutzker's being mobbed. Scott Slutzker catches the pass in the end zone, and the Hawkeyes lead 26-25. And Ed, I'm going crazy. I love it. Slutzker, the hero of the day. And the hero.
Oh, Jim, I'm not so sure that isn't better than beating Michigan.
Oh,
I mean, can you imagine? I'm going to tell you, we wouldn't have had much fun at your induction into the I Club.
I'm going to be so happy tonight.
I didn't think that ball was going to get there. You know, when Paul Burmeister came out, he just lofted it up softly, and everybody was running for it.
Little soft pass into the end zone. And Slutzker caught it in the deep corner of the end zone. Mark that X right down there. One of the great plays of all time. Hawkeyes in a desperation situation, coming back to score the touchdown on 4th down, and then they needed a 2-point play to lead. They have the lead now, 20. And the crowd is deafening right now.
Well, it's not over either, Jim. There's 53 seconds.
53 seconds
Hurricane
to go.
pass offense. That's plenty of time. They have 2 timeouts.
2 timeouts. Solomon White and Kenny Gunn back. They've got their backs all lined up. Let's see whether Iowa goes for a squib kick or try to put it in the end zone. All right, here's Romano. He's had a great kicking day. He approaches the ball. And it is a bullet going over the head into the end zone. Yes. A beautiful kick by Romano. Goes into the end zone. Flat trajectory. Went over the head of everybody on the gentleman. With the final 53 seconds of this ball game, Hawkeyes in a dramatic 98-yard drive and then a 2-point play. And right now the crowd is going absolutely wild. Here's Farrat at quarterback with 4 receivers set out. Farrat goes back. He is being rushed. He throws, and it is Lamont Head with the ball, and he gets up to the 25-yard line for a 5-yard gain. Maurea Crain makes the stop. And Tulsa is going to call a time. Hawkeye fans, don't forget to join Coach Fry and yours truly tomorrow. All right, here's Tulsa now. 46 seconds to play, and it's 2nd down and 5 at the 25-yard line in their own territory. Long count play. Back to throw. It's upfield, and it is complete. Over the 45 to the 40.
Oh, we got a flag down.
Flag is down. Flag is down on the field.
See what
It looks like it is in the backfield of Tulsa.
We still haven't gotten a signal, Jim.
Still have not. They're
starting back, though. The Hawks are starting back. Tulsa's starting back. I like that.
Yeah. What is it? Illegal receiver downfield.
Yes.
Hey, I love that. Ineligible receiver downfield. 42nd part by Pioneer Hybrid International Incorporated. Talk to your Pioneer sales representative today and get the heart of a winner on your side. Yes, indeed. The officials once again thriller. They went literally down to the proverbial wire. And now the officials are conferring again.
Yeah, they actually gave the wrong signal. They gave the signal.
So Farrat at quarterback has 3 receivers on one side, 1 on the other. The old swinging gate formation. Back again. Here's Farrat. He throws downfield.
Oh, good job.
Broken up. A great job by Maurea Crain. He bats the ball down.
Chris Webb, wasn't it?
Great move because the receiver was wide open.
See, that was real interesting. They dropped him off. Maurea Crain off the line of scrimmage.
Here comes now 4th down and 9 at the 21-yard line. Farrat calls signals with 25 seconds to play in the ball game. And back to throw. Farrat starts to run. He throws.
Yes, Maurea Crain again.
Maurea Crain again. Maurea Crain bats the ball down again. The seconds left to go, and it is 26-25, and I love it, I love it, I love it.
Yeah, I love this new sweatshirt here, Jim. I love it.
The new sweatshirt display from the Hawk Shop, and you can get one by going to the Hawk Shop or calling 319-337-8662. So visit the Hawk Shop and pick up your I love it, I love it, I love it memorabilia. The
Jim.
sweatshirt, the cup, and the paper cube memo slip.
You want to talk about something special. You know, Bill Brazier's been here all the years that Hayden Fry's been here. The way they crossed up that offense right there was something, huh?
Oh, just tremendous. And now they just kneel down. Iowa can stall out the clock here. They're congratulating each other. One of the great comebacks of all time by an Iowa team against a Tulsa team they were heavily favored over. A much better team than anybody suspected, and now they get a standing ovation from the fans and from us. Hey, the game is over with, and the Hawkeyes have won it by 1 point, 26-25. The Hawks, they'll take it, Ed. They'll take it, right?
That is about as dramatic as anything I've ever seen, and we got to pick a player of the game. And I'm gonna pick Scott Slutzker right there. I mean, that catch was it.